You're looking lean and mean.
I'm getting super trim. This is probably the lightest I've been since I was 19 years old.
What was the biggest you were at like Deacon, Batista, Leviathan? What was the absolute biggest?
The heaviest I've ever been was 370 pounds. When I started Deacon, I was about 325 pounds.
Man.
And throughout most of my wrestling career, I was about 290 pounds.
What are you now?
Now I'm about 240 pounds.
Wow, well done.
And I went just a year and a half ago for Knock at the Cabin. I went up to 315 pounds.
What do you want to
And
get?
that's when the nightmare started. Like getting that weight off has been a challenge.
Yeah. But you guys eat a lot of fun food, I'm sure.
Yeah. But now I'm really particular about my diet. You know, I crave to be a better actor. Like, it's all I want. I'm absolutely obsessed and have so much passion for this craft. But I knew it was going to be challenging, and it was.
And you're just another big muscle head trying to be an actor. You just want to be a movie star.
People naturally, and I understand why, want to put me in that box.
And I fought really hard not to be that guy because I wanted people to take me serious as an actor.
I just wanted to prove that I could stand on stage with the best actors in the world and hold my own and feel like they wanted me there, feel like I deserved to be there. And I knew I'd have to pay some dues and struggle a little bit. And I made it the priority of my life. I'm my own worst critic, so I'm beating myself up more than anybody. And I just feel like I could have done it better. I could have said this better. I could have done that better. And I failed miserably. They told me to leave and never come back. And I just want to do more meaningful stuff. I want to be an actor. I want to be a respected actor. It almost becomes claustrophobic, and I was terrified of it. You know, it's still a struggle for me.
This is the body of a champion. This is the state of a champion.
What can be gained? Whoa! In the hand.
Oh, no, don't touch me. I'm going to make it.
Why does Batista look sick? What happened to Triple H's legendary physique? Today we're diving into the shocking transformations of WWE's biggest names after retirement and the real reasons behind their dramatic changes. Some of these stories will surprise you, some will inspire you, and some will make you rethink everything you thought you knew about professional wrestling. Let's get into it.
I'm getting super trim. This is probably the lightest I've been since I was 19 years old. The heaviest I've ever been was 370 pounds. Now I'm about 240 pounds.
Let's start with the one everyone's talking about, Dave Bautista, aka The Animal. Recently, fans have been flooding social media with concern after seeing Batista's drastically different appearance. Some are even asking, is he sick? What happened? Here's the truth. Batista isn't sick. He's made a deliberate choice. The numbers: WWE Prime, 290-315 pounds of pure muscle. 2024, around 240 pounds, the lightest he's been since age 19. Weight lost, over 75 pounds in 18 months.
I don't think I'm your typical Hollywood guy.
And here comes Batista.
Yeah, maybe you can act.
In recent interviews, Batista opened up about the real reason. After bulking up to over 300 pounds for his role in Knock at the Cabin, he realized something important. He was uncomfortably big, but it goes deeper than that. Batista told Chris Van Vliet, "I started trimming down because I don't want to be typecast. I don't want to be just the big dumb musclehead in movies. I want to actually act." His method: strict 2,500 calorie daily diet, intermittent fasting, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training, working toward his brown belt, mostly vegan diet, working with personal trainer Jason Manley. Batista admitted, "I'm basically killing myself to be this trim, but I'm okay with it because I just feel more comfortable."
It's funny because I saw a picture of him, I'm like, oh my God, he lost like a whole person.
Yeah, people talk about me like I'm anorexic.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I know, right.
6'4", 240.
Dave Batista had concerned fans recently after losing a lot of size, but he says he's been trying to lose weight for a while.
A couple years ago, I put on a lot of weight for a film called Knock at the Cabin, and I went up to 315. And I've been trying to shed that weight since, and I've just now kind of gotten to the point where I'm like, I feel good.
After saying he's no longer going to be playing the role of Drax, he's keen to work with James Gunn again in the DC universe, but he's struggling to find his place.
Forever, it was Bane. You know, when I was younger, I wanted to play Bane. It was like a dream role for me. I'd really be up for anything. I really just want to work with James again.
But fans are saying he would be perfect for Hugo Strange. And when you compare some recent photos, it's clear to see why.
The transformation shocked fans, but Batista's focused on longevity, both in Hollywood and in life. At 55 years old, Maintaining that massive WWE physique simply isn't sustainable or healthy. But Batista isn't alone. Let's talk about what really goes into maintaining those larger-than-life WWE physiques. The game.
It's not the years, it's the mileage.
Right.
Right? And there's a lot of mileage. Anybody that came through that time frame in that era. You know, I see a lot of guys that are my age that came through that era, and I watch them walk around. I'm like, Jesus Christ, he can't move, you know.
Right.
I think you have to stay in shape. You got to keep working out.
Now WWE's chief content officer has also undergone noticeable changes. Once on the cover of Muscle and Fitness with one of the most shredded physiques in wrestling, Triple H now focuses on running WWE creative.
Bad. By the next morning, as they figured that out, that evening, by the next morning, as they were sending me in to get an MRI done and about to go in for a hard cath, my ejection fraction was down to 12. So I was nosediving, and
recent vacation photos show he's traded the bodybuilder look for a more natural physique, and that's perfectly normal for someone in their 50s who's no longer performing. Many WWE legends have been open about the physical toll. Lex Luger. After years of admitted substance use, Luger suffered a spinal infarction that left him temporarily paralyzed. He now weighs around 185 pounds compared to 275 in his prime and uses a wheelchair. However, he's found new purpose helping WWE improve their wellness policy. Ron Scott Steiner. From genetic freak to the normal 62-year-old, Steiner wisely scaled back from his extreme bodybuilder physique. At his age, maintaining that muscle mass would put dangerous strain on his body. Jake the Snake Roberts ballooned to 380 pounds during his struggles with substance abuse. With Diamond Dallas Page's help, he turned his life around completely. The pattern is clear. The bigger they were, the harder the fall, unless they make smart, healthy choices. So why do these transformations happen? Let's break down the science. 1. Natural aging process. After 30, humans naturally lose 3 to 5% of muscle mass per decade. Metabolism slows down significantly. Recovery time increases. 2. The end of performance enhancement. Many wrestlers have admitted to past use of anabolic substances. When these stop, muscle mass drops rapidly. The body returns to its natural state. 3. Career-ending injuries. Ron Arizler's years of punishment in the ring create lasting damage. Many can't train at the same intensity. Chronic pain limits workout options. 4. Lifestyle changes. Ron Arizlers no longer need to look the part 24/7. Family and business priorities shift. Different career demands, acting, office work, etc. The healthier perspective. Here's what's actually impressive. Wrestlers like Batista are choosing long-term health over short-term appearance. Maintaining extreme muscle mass past 50 requires intense daily training, often twice per day, restricted diets, potential health risks, massive time commitment. As Batista said, "I've sacrificed a lot of muscle, but I'm okay with it." But it's not all doom and gloom. Some wrestlers have improved after retirement. Vladimir Kozlov went from a doughy WWE physique to absolutely shredded for his Hollywood stunt work in John Wick 2 and Fast and Furious 6. Goldust lost 60 pounds on a no-carb diet and had one of the best late career runs in wrestling history. Success stories with DDP. Diamond Dallas Page deserves special recognition. His DDP yoga program has helped multiple wrestlers, including Jake Roberts, lost over 80 pounds, Scott Hall, restored health before his passing, countless others. These stories prove it's never too late to make positive changes. What can we learn from these transformations? 1. The WWE look isn't sustainable. That superhero physique comes at a cost. Modern WWE has improved their wellness policy, but the pressure to look larger than life remains. 2. Health over appearance. Wrestlers like Batista are prioritizing what matters: longevity, mobility, and quality of life over aesthetics. 3. The industry is changing. Today's WWE is more accepting of different body types. Wrestlers like CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, and Seth Rollins proved you don't need to be 300 pounds to be a main eventer. 4. Respect the journey. Whether a wrestler gets bigger, smaller, or stays the same, they've earned our respect for the punishment their bodies endured for our entertainment. So is Batista sick? No. Is Triple H wasting away? Absolutely not. These legends are simply aging naturally and making smart choices for their health. The real question isn't why do they look different, it's why did we ever expect them to look like superheroes forever? If you learned something new today, hit that like button, subscribe for more wrestling deep dives, and drop a comment. Which wrestler's transformation surprised you most? Remember, these performers gave us decades of entertainment. The least we can do is support their health journeys, whatever they look like. See you in the next one.
I've had your attention for quite some time. You're like an ex-girlfriend that I can't get rid of.
What are you laughing at? You smell amazing. You have impeccable manners. I don't even know what I do in my life without you. Guess what? You are so sweet, and I love you so much, and you are a great father.
Wait a minute.
You keep talking to me like this, I'm gonna take you to dinner, and I'm paid.
Gay! So, are you okay? I'm good, man. I'm good. A little banged up from Monday, but ain't nothing I can handle. You think I'm into you?
Duh.
I don't know if you can see my gear here, lady. I'm gay.
10 openly gay professional wrestlers who are dominating the ring right now in the 2020s. And trust me, some of these names are going to absolutely shock you. I mean, we're talking about world champions, AEW superstars, and indie legends who are rewriting the rulebook. From AEW superstars to independent circuit legends, these athletes are breaking barriers, smashing stereotypes, and proving that representation matters in the squared circle. You think you know wrestling? Well, buckle up, because this list includes some big names that might just blow your mind. So before we jump in, make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring that notification bell because you do not want to miss this. Let's get into it. Starting off strong at number 10, we have Billy Dixon, an indie wrestling powerhouse who's not just competing in the ring, but actively creating spaces for LGBTQ+ wrestlers. Billy has organized queer wrestling events and become a voice for inclusion on the independent scene. This guy is literally building the future of inclusive wrestling, one match at a time. What makes Billy so important is that he's not waiting for the industry to change. He's making the change happen. He's creating events, building communities, and showing younger LGBTQ+ wrestlers that there's a place for them in this business.
It's gonna be a slobber knocker.
That's somebody else's word. But
I can't think of a better one, Trent.
I was gonna say, that is probably the best way to describe this next matchup. You see the challenger right there, the world breaker, Rick Savage.
And Hunter, try to go a week without accidentally hitting your wife, okay? Okay, let's go. Try to go a match without hitting on me, okay?
At number 9, meet Brick Savage, a Texas-based wrestler who's making waves in the indie circuit. Now, Texas isn't always known as the most progressive place, right? But Brick is out there representing the LGBTQ+ community in the heart of traditional wrestling territory. Brick represents that new generation of athletes who aren't hiding who they are. He's out, he's proud, and he's throwing down in the ring with absolute confidence. The fact that he's doing this in Texas makes his story even more inspiring because he's showing that you can be yourself anywhere.
But it explains a lot, Kurt. I mean, all the looks you've been giving me and the little smirks.
Coming in at number 8, we've got Dion Lennox, and here's where it gets interesting, folks. Dion has been signed to WWE and NXT, showing that even the biggest promotion in the world is opening its doors. While WWE may not have many openly gay male wrestlers yet, Dion is helping pave that path. Think about how huge this is. WWE is the global leader in professional wrestling, watched by millions around the world, and having openly LGBTQ+ representation, there sends a message to wrestling fans everywhere. Dion's presence in NXT is about more than just his wrestling ability. It's about visibility and showing young LGBTQ plus fans that they can aspire to reach the biggest stages in wrestling.
Jose Perez, another Irish whip. Perez, though, look at the flair. The sandwiching the head of Bradley with enziguri kicks and a blowing of the kiss offense from the Flaming Aces here. Stephen Bradley, and now Zay Perez follows it up. Cover, 2, and Stephen Bradley powers him off.
Number 7 is Zay Perez, a rising star on the independent scene who's been featured in major LGBTQ plus wrestling lists and covered by outlets like Out Magazine. Zay represents that fearless new wave of performers who are authentically themselves from day one of their careers. There's something powerful about wrestlers like Zay, who never had to have a coming out moment because they've just always been open. It normalizes LGBTQ plus identity in wrestling in a way that's really important for the next generation. At number 6, we have Hunter Gallagher, who also performs as Jet Jameson. Hunter's been featured in Out Magazine and is making serious noise on the independent circuit. This athlete is proof that you can be authentically queer and be a legitimate wrestling threat. Hunter's technical ability in the ring is seriously impressive, and he's building a name for himself based on pure talent. What I love about Hunter's story is that he's showing that being openly gay doesn't define your entire wrestling persona. You can just be a great wrestler who happens to be gay. Number 5 is gonna blow your mind. It's the legendary Effie. If you follow Game Changer Wrestling or the indie scene at all, you know this name. Effie isn't just openly gay, he's made it his entire brand, creating some of the most entertaining and inclusive wrestling content out there. This man has wrestled everywhere from small indie shows to major promotions, and he does it all while being unapologetically himself. Effie has created entire wrestling events centered around LGBTQ plus pride, and his matches are always must-see entertainment. He's proven that you can be flamboyant, outrageous, and still be taken seriously as a competitor. Effie represents that perfect blend of entertainment and athletics that makes wrestling so special. At number 4, we're bringing in some lucha libre flavor with the iconic Cassandro. This legendary gay luchador has been breaking barriers for decades and was still active well into the 2020s. Cassandro's story is so incredible that it was turned into a movie starring Gael Garcia Bernal. We're talking about a true pioneer who paved the way for everyone on this list. Cassandro wrestled in Mexico during a time when being openly gay in lucha libre was almost unheard of, and he faced incredible adversity but never stopped being himself. His influence on wrestling culture, especially in Mexico and Latin America, cannot be overstated. He's a living legend who showed the world that lucha libre has room for everyone. Number 3 is a C-Mac, and this is huge, people. A C made history as an openly gay world champion in professional wrestling. Let me repeat that, world champion. This man didn't just participate, he rose to the absolute top of his promotion while being openly and proudly gay. That's the kind of representation that changes everything. When you hold a world championship, you're not just competing, you're the face of the company, the top star, the person everyone looks to. AC achieving that while being openly gay sends such a powerful message to LGBTQ plus wrestlers and fans everywhere. Coming in at number 2, we have Jake Atlas. Now, Jake has wrestled for both WWE and AEW. That's right, the 2 biggest promotions in North America. Jake's been open about his identity throughout his career, and seeing him compete at that level shows just how far wrestling has come. Jake's journey hasn't always been easy. He's faced obstacles and setbacks, but the fact that he's competed on such major stages while being openly gay is incredibly significant. He's had matches on WWE television, he's competed in AEW, and throughout it all, he's never hidden who he is. And finally, drumroll please. Number 1 is none other than Anthony Bowens of AEW. And here's why Anthony tops this list. This man literally declared "I'm gay" on national television during an AEW broadcast. Can you imagine how powerful that moment was? Anthony is one half of the Acclaimed, one of the most popular tag teams in AEW, and he's proven that you can be openly gay and be one of the most overacts in a major wrestling promotion. And there you have it, folks. 10 openly gay professional wrestlers who are absolutely crushing it in the 2020s. From indie darlings to major promotion stars, these athletes are proving that wrestling is for everyone. Which of these wrestlers surprised you the most? Who's your favorite? Are there any other LGBTQ+ wrestlers you think deserve recognition? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you learned something new today, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more wrestling content.